So, your oldest one has hit a big milestone.
Yeah.
She had her 5th grade graduation. And I think where you live, she'll be heading to junior high school.
That's right. She'll be in middle school in the fall. She's very excited and nervous, but it's, it's a big deal. It's a big deal to step
And a
up.
lot more independence.
In 6th grade in our district, the kids are actually switching classes like they do in middle school. You don't have one teacher throughout. You have different kids in different classes, and it's going to be a big, big jump.
So have you guys had some conversations about what that independence looks like? I know one of the biggest things on my kids' mind already is, Mommy, what age am I going to get phone?
Oof.
And junior high school is typically right around the time where the nagging starts, Mommy, Mommy, Mommy. Has that started? And what are your thoughts on it? And when do you think you'll sort of
Take the plunge? So, I'll tell you, I've thought a lot about this. My husband and I both have thought a lot about this, because the truth is, while our oldest just finished 5th grade and she's stepping into middle school, the conversation started like 2 years ago, if not earlier. Like the need and the desire for a cell phone starts so early for them, right? So I've been hearing for a long time, Mommy, when am I getting a phone? And so I kind of deferred it. I was like, we'll figure it out. Kids, when we cross that bridge, we'll figure it out. Well, that bridge is here. Because I think that it might be different in different districts and in different neighborhoods, but where we are, most kids get the cell phone as a graduation gift after 5th grade. So all year, Ron and I have been like dissecting and thinking about it. And we ultimately decided no, we didn't do it. We're one of the few that are sort of holding out from her group of friends, which is hard.
Yeah.
So all of her friends got them. Even the ones that didn't have one yet, now all mostly have them. There's maybe 1 or 2 other girls that didn't in her friend group. But I'll tell you, I don't pass any judgment on anyone that has a device. I think people have devices for all different reasons. I just know, I think you have to know your child really well and know what their personality is and the things that will and will not be good for them. And as we worked through that, where we landed was, we did think it was important to have a way to be in touch with our children and for them to be in touch with us. I talked about the fact that they both play sports and they're traveling and they're after school and all of that. So I like having a way to get in touch with them. And actually, your husband gave me really good advice a year ago, which was get them Apple Watches. Yeah. So we did. We got Apple Watches for both of the girls and even the youngest, my 6-year-old, because we did. I mean, this is traumatic. It's traumatic. She got lost once in a park, in a public park, when we were on vacation in another state. And it was 15 minutes, scariest 15 minutes of my life. And I was like, that was all it took. And we drove to Target that day and got her a watch. And anytime now that we're traveling or we're in an airport or we're in a mall or anywhere where she can like disappear, I slap it on her. And I'm very grateful that I have that. So all 3 of them have them. And that's enough, right? They have phone numbers. They can call if they're stuck somewhere. If I'm running late, we can be in touch. But beyond that, like the idea of having social media at your fingertips, being able to scroll anything you want at any time, being able to get people to message you and you message them real time. And it's not even the text messages. It's the fact that I didn't know this. I've heard this from people that have older kids, but like kids actually use Snapchat as their primary means of communication. Have you heard that?
I didn't.
So they don't actually, and I don't know if this is everywhere, like other people have to confirm, but instead of like iMessage or WhatsApp or anything else, they're actually using Snapchat as their communication vehicle. So that's where plans are made. That's where communication is had. That's where pictures are sent. That's where conversations are had. And that terrifies me because Snapchat is not, there's no permanence to that. It disappears. I mean, the same is true for anything. You can delete it, but that makes me nervous. I think it can, I worry about.
Anyone can screenshot anything.
Anything can screenshot anything. And like they're little and they don't have enough judgment on what to share with whom. And I think kids can be more trusting than they should be. And just, it creates anxiety, all of the stuff. So I just know that my oldest's personality is the type that if I put my phone down for 4 seconds,
she's going to be all over.
It disappears. Anytime my phone is missing, it's in her hand. And so because of that, I chose not to. And Imran and I were on the same page there. And so what we did instead was we made a financially more expensive investment, but we got her a laptop for graduation because the thinking was that is something that's practical. It's good for school. You get a good one. It'll last you through high school. If she really wants to be online, she has a place to go online. If she really needs to message, she can message, but it's contained and it's too big to put in your pocket, really, right? And carry around. So where are you guys?
I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I think my concerns are the same. I am terrified of bullying and the impact it has on young, impressionable kids. And, you know, we've all heard about, like, kids committing suicide and low self-confidence. And then going back to this whole social media perception of, like, everyone's having fun and I'm not having
No,
fun.
no.
And being able to see on social media if a bunch of girls are hanging out or a bunch of kids are hanging out and I wasn't invited and not having full context of how maybe they were all just studying together and ended up going out for ice cream or something. So I think that sense of the true damage that social media can have is what terrifies me. That's one. And number two is already, I think, like, so we don't completely restrict screen time. So my kids have iPads and they'll watch YouTube and stuff. And already every TikTok, every Instagram reel is on YouTube. And your kids can go through this crazy rabbit hole and find content that you would never want your kids to have access to. And we actually have parent restrictions on
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
but
it's true.
it's crazy how much they can still sneak through and get access to. So for all those reasons, I think they're already exposed to way more than I would want them to be exposed to. And unfortunately, I do think that we live in a world where we're never, ever going to get to fully limit, unless like we go to school and like only could have play dates in our house, but it's going to be impossible. But I do think like if your kid has not been exposed to a phone,
Try your best.
don't
That's
introduce
that. You know, that's how I thought about it. Which is once we give it to her, it's going to be impossible to get that genie back in the bottle, right?
Yeah.
And so hold out as long as we can. She was super unhappy. Oh my God. So unhappy. They just finished school at the end of June. So I started telling her in April because she had built up in her head that she was getting one. She just thought maybe mommy's lying because she's going to surprise me. And I sat her down one day and I was like, I need you to know this is not me being cute. This is not me trying to like prank you and get like, I'm telling you now, you're not going to get one. So mentally prepare yourself. That was a fun conversation. And that conversation was super tense.
guilt about those kind of conversations. I'm like, forget you. Like, no, you can't have it. Like,
I don't. I do worry about it a lot. I think about, it's funny, you and I were chatting about this. Anytime either of us have like gotten up and left the room, the other person immediately, instinctively, Pavlonianly, without thinking about it, grabs the phone. Yeah. Grabs the phone.
I may have looked at it a couple of times.
And just, there's nothing
It's gotta be
happening.
by my side. It's gotta be by my
Nothing
side.
happening on the phone, but it just is instinctual. It's ingrained. We're conditioned now to pick up our phone and look at it and swipe. Yeah. And that's my worry. If we as grown-ass adults don't have the discipline and the self-control to limit, I think it turns into staying up late and scrolling.
Yeah.
I think it turns into, why are people hanging out without me? Why wasn't I included? I think it leads to feeling bad, having FOMO, feeling left out. And I think back again to like when we were kids, these things didn't exist. And that doesn't mean that our childhood was perfect by no means, but not knowing what everybody was doing was kind of nice. That ignorance gives you a sense of protection that is super important. So anyways, I'm glad we talked about this because I do at times wonder if I'm being too harsh. But interestingly, a couple folks I've let in and spoken to about this have said, I don't blame you. They have older kids and they're like, I wish, like if I had to do it all over again, I wish I had waited.
That's exactly it. I just went to lunch with a girlfriend of mine who's got a 14-year-old. And she goes, if your kids have not been introduced to a phone, please do me a favor, don't give them.
So what did they say?
So it was a couple of the same things. Feeling like nobody wants to be their friend.
Yeah.
All these other people are hanging out. Nobody's hanging out.
And
with
everyone's
me.
posting everything.
Seeing comments of like a girl telling another girl she's really pretty, and then this person deciding that they're not pretty, and posting things that they think are like cool, but then not getting the kind of response or engagement that they would
By the
want.
way, so it must be a generational thing, right? So like if I rarely post, ironic now that we're making videos of things that are going to be posted everywhere, but I rarely post. You're not a big poster either. You post every now and then, but like I never post expecting engagement with it. But I think we're of a different generation. I think
So I'm really different. I would feel humiliated if I posted something and like nobody commented or like,
really, I never even go back to see if anyone liked or commented. Maybe it's just a Samara thing, but what I've understood is like the age that our kids are in, or let's just call younger people, there is an expectation that if you post something and if somebody else sees it, they need to like it or they need to comment or they have to put a heart. That's the other thing, right? If you post something and no one puts a heart or a comment or something on it, then that makes you feel bad. So it's a whole lot of feeling bad. I feel like more than it is feeling good.
so similar question. Sleepovers.
No.
Yeah.
We're a hard no sleepover family. We have a very specific rule, which is, yeah, so I was going to tell you, we have conditioned our home to be the sleepover home. So like Imran has gone above and beyond, probably more than he wanted to invest in things for our home that makes it a fun home so that kids want to come to our house. Anyone's welcome to sleep over. Anyone's welcome to come over and hang out. Our kids can go to other people's homes, those are our rules. Our girls cannot sleep over anywhere. They're girls. It's just a different, I'm sorry, it's different. And the only places they can stay is cousins. And that's it. So even like our family friends, it's no. They
Isn't that
choose.
recent TikTok
What?
of a girl who goes over her friend, like, and like well-known friend, the families know each other really well. She goes to her house and the mom calls her boyfriend to say, "Oh, I have a treat for you." And they swim. I think they swim. And then the girl's showering and the boyfriend comes over and records her while showering.
Whose boyfriend? The mom's boyfriend?
The mom's boyfriend.
Recorded the girl?
Yeah.
Oh, hell
the
no.
girl.
And
11.
this is why.
It's
And
wild.
this is why
Wild.
we don't do sleepovers.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just, I just think it's a hard rule for us.
Yeah.
And but then you have mixed genders. I have only girls, but you have a son as well. So do you have to apply the rule to all then? Like your son's not allowed to sleep over?
That's a good question. That's a
Think
good
about that.
question.
Because I will tell you, can I tell you? Your parents were very strict, so you weren't allowed to do anything ever. I had a little bit more freedom growing up. Not a ton, but
Did you do sleepovers?
family friends, yeah, all the time. All the time. We did sleepovers all the time. And it was fine. It was all good. It was great. It was great. Those were really important moments in my life. But growing up, something that really bothered was when my mom had different roles for my brother than she did for her. And she would also always say, but you're a lady, right? I'm a girl. So if I wanted to go over someone's house and it was late, I couldn't go. If I wanted to go sleep over somewhere, and there were just so many things that my brother was allowed to do that I couldn't. And it hurt me so deeply because I felt like I was being punished for being something that I had no choice in.
Yeah.
I'm a girl. I was born that way. Like I didn't make these choices. And I felt like I was being punished for it. And
All the
so,
same way.
right?
Yeah.
And now I don't have to deal with that. But I do wonder, and I've talked to a lot of my friends about this, and they're like, we can't help it.
Yeah.
Like we let our son do stuff because if he's out driving by himself and it's 11 o'clock at night or midnight and his car breaks down, I'm less worried about him. But if my daughter is on the street somewhere and her car breaks down at 11:30 at night, I cannot help but wonder what would happen to her. And I know that in this world, she is at much greater risk than he is.
Yeah.
And it's not because I don't trust her, but just the world is what it is. And therefore, we have different rules for them. And I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm going to try to fight that as much as I can. So, of course, my kids are 10 and 8. So, like, I haven't been truly tested. But at this time, I think, like, they have equal freedom.
Yep.
She probably goes out for play dates more than he does.
Yep.
So I don't really care about that. But I'm sure we're going to get there.
Yeah.
I'm sure we're going to get there. I think that example that you gave is a really important one. Would I want my daughter straight at 11:30 at night versus my son? I probably wouldn't. I would prefer for it to be my son.
Yeah.
I think daughters are more vulnerable. Women are more vulnerable, right?
Like the bear. Remember the thing that was on social media?
Oh my God.
What would you
I
rather-
have seen that
Yeah.
question. And you know what he said?
He was stumped. He couldn't answer it.
Oh, so was he
was
said
yours?
man.
He said, man.
I'm like, you are way more trusting than I. I would never.
I would choose bear.
I would choose bear. Eat my daughter. I would rather you eat my daughter.
That's a perfect example. Like most people would get very stuck with that question.
Yeah.
And that, I think, points to the fact that there is a different way that you have to protect
Yeah.
one gender versus another. And it doesn't mean that boys don't go through hardships and difficulties and inappropriate things and all of that. People can't take advantage of them,
Yeah.
but it's just different, I think.
Yeah. No, but I think boys need to be protected too. Young boys need
Yes.
to be protected.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, don't let your 10-year-old go to the bathroom on their own in
Yes.
a public space.
Yes.
Don't do it. Don't do it.